recognized, right? Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker, members. I'm here today to speak out against Committee Sub's Senate Bill 1, the election bill before us. I am against the bill because it is predicated on the big lie that Trump won the election of 2020. The election bill removes local control by telling Harris County and all counties, but Harris County in particular, the measures they took to provide a safe environment in which to vote during a pandemic are no longer allowed. It removes local control, which we at one time believed in, and many of us still do believe local control is imperative. This election bill discourages not only voters who won't have options available in 2022 that they had available in 2020, but it also discourages election workers by creating and enhancing penalties if they aren't hyper-vigilant in knowing and following the law, which can sometimes be up for interpretation. When I say it discourages voters, I say this because some of those voters may have voted for the first time in 2020 simply because they had options that fit their needs. While I intend to vote against the bill, I do think there are a few positive things to point out. First, the Texas election bill brought national attention to voting rights and election laws. We've seen Congress push forward the issue with the House passing the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act much sooner than expected. We continue to call on the U.S. Senate to pass the bill as soon as possible and send it to the President. Second, the bill will now require poll watchers to go through training prior to working in polling or counting site. As long as we are going to have people watching our elections, they should have training on the rules and procedures as well as election law so they know how to comply with the law. Third, I hope this bill will bring back some trust in the system of elections through a variety of provisions. Trust among us has waned. I much prefer living in a society based on trust than mistrust. As I mentioned, the bill has brought a great deal of attention to voting rights. Many people are aware of the quorum break the bill caused, as well as the contentious debate. I know that people are watching. I get calls and emails every day from people who are aware we are working on this election bill. I also know that people are hyper aware that elections have consequences. The consequences are who serves you as your representatives and senators, governor and lieutenant governor, your leaders. Moms and dads across the state are watching closely their leaders. Their leaders are allowing hospitals to fill up, and yet we are banned from implementing mask mandates as our public health officials are asking. Elections have consequences, and people are watching. Their leaders have allowed this to become a partisan and divisive issue. Look here in this room. Democrats, for the most part, wear masks. Republicans, for the most part, don't wear masks. I just have to tell you folks, COVID-19 doesn't care if you're Republican or Democrat, but it does infect you more easily if you don't have a mask on. And people of the state look up to see what actions we take. Elections have consequences, and people are ready to go vote in 2022. This bill before us today may add hoops for people who want to vote by mail. It may disadvantage those who are differently abled. It may intimidate the inexperienced voter or the person who might assist them. But when a state is in crisis, as Texas is in crisis due to COVID-19, people take notice and people vote.